Hey everybody! Holy Lord, y'all. I hope I sound is good. You can see me, I can see you. I can't see you, but hopefully you can see me. Somebody give me a thumbs up if you can hear me and see me. I'm going to be so excited. I'm going to be over the moon with excitement. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes. Yes, okay, hey. Hey everybody. Hey, thank y'all for being here. Oh my gosh. It's been a minute. It's been a week. It's been a week. Hey, LaShonda and Dolores and Tamika and Kimberly and Louise. Louise, thank you for always being here. I appreciate you so much. Hey, Marilyn and Cynthia and Regina and Hillary. Yay, Twana. And I'm not starting over. Hey, kicking it with Quee. So I got this shirt yesterday. I mean, this mug yesterday from Morgan. Hey, Dimps, thank you for being here. Hey, Kelly. She gave me this for Mother's Day. Isn't it so cute? Hey, Sharon and Sylvia. Hey, y'all. Louise, I'm gonna send you a hug. Thank you. You just don't know. Morgan is right here to my side. My kids are home from college and they she's looking really, really weird. Um, she is going to, hey, Sherry and Tig. We might bring Milo up here later. Hey, Miss Victoria, thank you for being here. Y'all, I know it's Monday, and sometimes Mondays do the most, but hopefully you had a good Monday. And if any of you celebrated Mother's Day, I hope you had a great Mother's Day. I really spent my day sleeping. I slept a lot. And I'm not sad about it. But anyway, we're going to start with our goal to use print then cut to make an Uno shirt. That is the goal. So if somebody comes in and they say, what are we doing? Please let them know what we are doing, because this is what we're doing. Thank you, LaShonda. Patrice made this for me. Patrice sent me this as a gift. Hey, Crafty Puerto Rican. Hey, Andrea. I'm getting better with your name. I'm doing so good. Thank you so much, Yanessa. Okay, so let me say this as a disclaimer before we actually get started. This project, while it is, I think it's cute and crafty and, it can be unique because you can really make it your own. Hey, Real Praise. Hey, Aunt Wanda. I will say, I want to caution you that for the most part of this tutorial, we are going to be in Cricut Design Space. So if you are very new, y'all, I'm just looking at myself. If you are very new to crafting, this might be complex. So I want to put that disclaimer out there. When I went back and watched my tutorial on this, and I think I did this last year because my girls were getting ready to graduate. Hey, Karen and Dorothy. Hey, Marshall, your sponsor's about to get started. I feel like I was going a little bit fast. You hear him, right? Go get him so he can say hi. He's doing the most, Aunt Wanda. But anyway, I'm going to keep going. I feel like I was going a little bit fast, and I'm going to try to slow it down. I don't think Peter is here. You need one. He needs one of my mats the most, Kelly. I'm going to slow it down a little bit, but I don't want you to be. I don't want you to get yourself frustrated or upset if you have a hard time following along, because this is not necessarily a project for a beginner. Okay, I want to make sure I say that. Hey, Patrice, thank you for being here. you use transfer paper. You can do it. Okay. Hey, David. Oh, thank you so much. GTS by Lamave. I hope I said it right. Hey, I'm Biased and Paulette. Okay, so I wanted to say that. So if I start into Cricut Design Space, because that's where we're going to be most of the time. Once I get started there, that's really where we're going to be for the bulk of this, because that's where the design is created. Okay. Okay, how y'all feeling so far? We got our goal, and the goal is to use print then cut to make an Uno shirt. Now we're doing everything in Cricut Design Space because really, I don't know how I would put this design together outside of Cricut Design Space. He is doing the most, LaTorsha. Feeling good, I wonder? You're doing the most. Tig is even wondering if somebody was abusing you. Get over here and say hi to the people. Doing the most. You should be ashamed of yourself for how you acted at the vet. He was biting the vet. He would not let them clip his nails. And they even said he was thrashing. Thrashing. Him thrashing. That's what it said on the back of the car. He was thrashing. Please practice. The guy was like, I couldn't really do my job. Okay, because he was doing the most. You. Okay, y'all ready? Gail, you didn't see the picture. He was doing the most, honey. Honey, he was doing the most. Okay, so we're going into design space, but let's go in order. And somebody can kind of help with like keeping things together. Shenanigans, Renee. It was all shenanigans, and he was doing all of them. Okay. Now, and I'm gonna go through the materials. So I'm gonna use a Cricut shirt because we're gonna do the sublimation portion first. Hey, Christiana. I'm gonna just use a regular Cricut shirt. I like the men's cut because to me, Cricut shirts already run small. And when you throw in the women's or the ladies cut, that makes it even smaller. And I really don't wear a V-neck. So this one has that crew neck. So I prefer the men's Cricut shirts. That's my daughter, David. I have twin girls. This is Morgan. Madison is at work. Hey, Niall.
I have a playlist.
She does. She has a playlist, David. Oh, I gotta show y'all what she made me for Mother's Day. It was so cute. It was so cute. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Cricut shirt. I'm gonna show you the 2 files that we're going to download. You're gonna need heat resistant gloves, butcher paper. My butcher paper comes from Sam's, but I already tore some off. Hey, Kristen. A lint roller. Do not get a lint roller from Dollar Tree. You might as well just give them $1 and leave. Don't leave Dollar Tree with the lint roller. Lint roller. Heat resistant tape. Yes, she's in college. She just finished her first year. And a heat press. You can do this from an easy press. You can do it with a regular heat press. I'm going to press this at 400 degrees. Okay. Yeah, he's happy, Kristen, because he was doing the most. You missed that part. Okay. He was doing the most. You were. Okay. So, all right. So we got the materials. Let's go to download the files. Okay. So there are 2 files you need for this. Y'all got all the materials. We're going to files. Okay. She looks like a baby. She's still my baby. I don't care how old she gets. She gonna always be my baby. She's always gonna be my baby. Okay, so I'm going to open a new tab. I'm going to open a Chrome tab. Let me cancel that. And let me go and open a new tab. How y'all feeling so far? Y'all got that right with the materials, right? We're gonna do it two ways. We're gonna do one way with sublimation and the other way with Caesar EasyColor DTV. In case you're not into sublimation yet, you can use that. You can also use thank you, Karen. You can also use what is this stuff called? Heat transfer paper, like those. This is one brand, like dark fabric heat transfer paper. I've never used this. It's still not open yet. You can also use this. ASUB makes dark fabric transfer paper. You can use any transfer paper. In my opinion, I'm going to always give you that disclaimer. In my opinion, even if you're making a white shirt, you should use dark transfer paper. I'm getting ready to show you. I'm getting ready to show you all of that, Anna. I'm going to show you the whole thing, I promise. Okay. So if you're not into sublimation yet, you have not gotten started on your sublimation journey, I'm going to show you how to use this kind of stuff to still make the design. Okay. Okay. Denise, you want to take Milo? I think that somebody was over here Saturday and she offered to take him too. And the girl said no, because they are going to take him when they get out of college. So I have 2 short years. Okay. Y'all ready now? Y'all feeling good? Okay, perfect. All right, let's go to share screen and let's go to a new tab. All right. New tab. Okay, can y'all see that pretty good? We're doing 2 shirts. I'm going to do one on a white polyester and I'm going to do one on a black cotton shirt. Okay. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to download the Uno logo. Somebody type in Uno logo. Hillary, I never ever use the light transfer paper because to me, you're going to get more vivid colors with the dark transfers. So I never use the light transfers. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, now we've gone in order, we've gotten our materials. Now we're going to download the Uno logo. So I'm just going to go to a Google tab and let me make this a full screen so y'all can see it really good. Okay, so, and I'm going to just type in at the top, Uno logo. That's going to be my search. At the top in my search bar, the only 2 words I typed were Uno logo. When you type that from a Google Chrome sheet, now I'm using Google Chrome, you might use Firefox or some other search engine like Yahoo. I typically use Google, but that's a matter of what? Personal preference. Okay, so once I get here, the next thing I do is I'm going to click on this first tab that says images. So I'm going to type in Uno logo and then I'm going to go to the first tab that says images. Okay, and then this first option right here where I'm hovering with my mouse, it says Wikimedia Commons file Uno logo. I'm going to click on that. Y'all hear Milo out there barking at the dog next door for literally no reason? Okay, because the dog is not barking at him. He's just staring at Milo. Okay, so now I see the file right here. And this file is for public use. That's why I'm using it. I don't use files that are not, that are copyright protected. I don't do that. Okay, so I've checked these files and this one is not. Okay, so once I click on it, I'm going to right click and I am going to save this image as whatever. Now I want you to pay attention. Let me stop sharing for 1 second because I want to show you something. Because I know you couldn't see it with what I just did. Let me go to entire screen. I'm gonna go to share. I'm gonna go to hide. I'm gonna go to here. Okay, let me go back. All right. Now you see, all I did so far is I clicked on the first option and I'm over here hovering over the Uno logo, right? I do need to put them in timeout, Bria. I'm going to right click on this, but I want y'all to pay attention to what happens right here because this confused a lot of people and I totally understand why. Okay. Now watch when I right click on this. I'm going to right click and I'm going to choose save image as. Somebody type in save image as. Save image as. I'm not copying the image. I'm not opening in a new tab. Save image as. Kristen, that's between me and the Lord. Okay. Yes. Save image as. Okay. I want to click on that, but I want you to see what happens over here. Right here, it says the file name is Uno Logo SVG. I know it's hard for you to see that. Let me see if I can make this bigger. I can't. But right here where it says save as type, it's really a PNG. This file is not an SVG, it's a PNG. So even though the name of the file is SVG, the type of file is a PNG. Let me say that again. The name of this file is unologo.svg, but it's really not. This is a PNG. The pixels is 2560 by 1797. Okay, so I'm going to save this. I'm just going to save it on my desktop as Uno Logo. I'm just going to click save, and it's going to my desktop. Thank you, LaTorsha. I appreciate that. Now let me stop sharing for 1 second and make sure you understand what just happened. Okay, so even though that file, I really want to make sure you understand what just happened right there, because a lot of times, well, I've never really seen that happen before, but I understand why people were getting confused about that file. Whoever created that file, they named it SVG, but it's really not an SVG. An SVG has layers, right, that you can separate. A PNG is really for pictures, right? So even though the name of the file is SVG, that was really a picture. So when I upload this into Cricut Design Space, it's not going to have any layers. It's just going to be one image. Yes. Okay. Oh, good, David. Okay. I haven't either, Kristen. This is the first file I've ever seen like that. Okay. So we feeling, how y'all feeling so far? Tell him, Rhonda, tell him I said, what's up? Tell him to send some candy since Peter is over here eating all of mine. All right. How y'all feeling so far? So remember I said we're going to download 2 files. We've downloaded one because you need the logo plus you need the deck. Okay. Okay. So now I'm going back to share my screen again because we've only downloaded 1 file. Okay. Okay. I'm going back. I'm going back in. Okay. Entire screen. And I want to share my entire screen so you can actually see everything that I'm doing and you'll understand. Okay. So we got the Uno logo. And then the next thing we're going to download is the one that is called Uno Cards Deck. So at the top in my search, I'm going to really delete this. I don't really need that search. I'm going to type in Uno Cards Deck and I'm going to hit enter. Type that in, Uno Cards Deck. Now, I don't know what happens when you type in or if you type in a different way. So like if you type in Uno Card Deck or Uno Deck or deck of cards or whatever, you know, combination, right? I don't know what happens. So just type it in exactly how I just typed it in. Uno cards with an S, deck, okay? And then click on images again. And then you're going to, what I did was I just navigated to the one that looks like this that says Wikimedia Commons, where it says file Uno cards deck .svg. Okay. Hi, Diane. Okay. So now I'm back over here. Now this is also called an SVG, but guess what? It really is an SVG. But there are some over here that are not SVGs. There are some over here in this little in the options that are actually PNGs. So even though I kept like if you go back and look at the older video, the actual video where I made this, a lot of people were saying I can't ungroup, and it was because you didn't have the SVG, you really had the PNG. Okay, so I'm going to right click on this and I'm going to save image as, and I can see that right here it says Uno cards deck, and the save as type is, it's really an SVG. Scalable vector graphics. That's what SVG stands for. So I'm going to also save this on my desktop. Now, I typically do not save files on my desktop, but I'm saving these on my desktop so I can get back to them and I can upload them into Cricut Design Space for this tutorial. So I'm going to click save. Okay. Perfect, Diva. You hate the details. Dawn, the devil is in the details. Okay. So now you should have two files. You should have one that's a PNG, that's the logo, and you should have one that's an SVG, that's the deck. If somebody comes in and they say, what are we doing? They're going to have to go to replay because I can't repeat all of that again, okay? All right. Okay, so now we're going to go into Cricut Design Space. Now, for everybody who's in here, what I need you to do is make sure you've saved it somewhere that you're going to know how to get back to it, okay? Because I saved mine on my desktop. If you saved yours in a folder that's in a folder that's in a folder, and you're like, Delonda, I can't find, that's between who? You and the Lord, okay? I can't help you. Don't send me no message. Don't email me. No nothing. Okay. No DM. No nothing. Okay. 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 We are going into Cricut Design Space. We're going to be there for a minute. Okay. We're going to be in Cricut Design Space for a minute. All right. Hey, Bonnie. Okay. So I am going to share screen and we are going to go to Cricut Design Space. Wendy. Let me cancel this. Let's try this again. Present, share screen, window, Cricut Design Space. Okay, if yours is still, you should have one PNG, Anna. And if you typed yours exactly how I typed mine, you should have both of the same files I have. You can't change the name of them when you're doing your search. Okay. All right, I'm in Cricut Design Space. All right, thank you, Charlene. Okay, so we've downloaded two files. We have one that's a PNG and we have one that's an SVG. The first one I want you to upload is the one that is the PNG. Okay, so I'm going to click on upload. I'm going to go to upload image, and I'm going to navigate to where I have that PNG saved. So remember, mine are on my desktop, and I didn't change the name of them, right? So the first one should be the Uno logo SVG. And even though it's called an SVG, it's really a what? PNG. Perfect. Exactly. All right. So I'm going to choose complex. I'm going to click continue. And really, I need to remove the background. It doesn't really look like there's a background, but let me just double check. Click remove background because I don't need a background. Okay. And if you're a Cricut Access member, you can remove the background for free. If you're not a Cricut Access member, you can go to a website that's called remove.bg. Tell Mike he is on top of things, and I can't wait to see him make a shirt, honey. Okay, Mike is on it. All right, so remember, if this was really an SVG, it would be over here as a cut image, but it's really a print then cut image. So I'm going to click upload. All right, I'm going to go over here to upload, and I'm going to add this to my canvas. Okay, if y'all are just coming in, it would be so amazing if you would please like the video. That would be fantastic. I would appreciate that. Now, I typically, when I'm working in Cricut Design Space, whether I'm on camera or not, I typically bring the view down to right at 50%. The reason why I do that is because I like to see everything that's on my canvas at one time. Okay, that's what I like to do. And I'm going to show you this tutorial the way I would do it if you were here with me or not. Okay. All right. So now I have this image, and even though this is my PNG, I am going to bring this down because really I'm going to be putting this on a shirt. And right now, Cricut Design Space has given us a little bit more space to work with. So what I'm going to do is just grab a shape. I'm going to just grab a square, and I'm going to unlock it, and I'm going to change the width to 8.5. And I'm going to change the height to 11. The reason why I'm doing that is because really my sublimation paper that I'm using is 8.5 by 11. And the color of the shirt is white. Now I could use a t-shirt template, but I'm not going to just yet because what I want to make sure is that I'm in a safe zone for this size paper. Does that make sense? Hey, Mary. Yeah, does that make sense what I just said? The reason why I'm not using a t-shirt template yet. Bueller. Okay, perfect. All right, so I'm going to change this to white. And I'm going to take this Uno logo and I'm going to bring it down. And I also want to make sure that this logo stays on top of this shirt. So I'm just going to go over here to my layers panel. Hey, Willie. And I'm going to bring the logo up so that it's on top. Remember, because whatever is in your layers panel should represent what's in your canvas or on your canvas. And I want the logo to be on top of this. Okay. All right, so I'm going to bring this over here, and I want this to be on top. Now, in my original tutorial, you don't use Cricut, Jesse? Well, you can join us anyway and pretend. Okay, that would be great. Okay, hey, Betsy. All right, so I'm going to bring this up a little bit more. Now, in my original tutorial, I rotated this Uno logo because I did not want it to be slanted. That will be a matter of personal preference. You can keep yours exactly like this, or you can rotate it. So what I did in the original tutorial is I went up here to rotate. See where I'm hovering right here at the top with my mouse? up at the top, I'm hovering, hovering, hovering. I rotated that by 20 degrees. So I just typed in 20 and I hit enter. And you see it made the logo straight. Thank you, Tianda. Okay. Bye, Jesse. Okay. No, David, I don't. So what I do use the t-shirt template from my 3X because I had to make some 3X recently for graduates. Okay, so we good on that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and rotate it here. You don't have to do yours like this. I just want you to show, I wanted to show you what it looked like rotated. So originally it was the other way around. So I'm just gonna hit undo so you can see that it was like that. But I didn't want mine like that. I wanted it straight. I wanted the logo to be straight. Okay, and that's going to be up to you because I mean, I think it looks nice like this too, but it wasn't what I wanted. Okay, and you know, that's going to be a matter of, you know, do it how you want it. Yes, personal preference. So now I'm going to go back and rotate mine 20 degrees. Okay. All right, so we got that. The next thing I did, or the next thing I'm going to do, is I want to grab my text box, my text, and I'm going to type whatever I'm typing. So on the original tutorial, I typed, "I'm out." And I put 3 exclamation marks behind it. Okay, so then, and the font that I use is one that's called Made Tommy. And that is a system font. That's a font that I downloaded from thefont.com. So I'm just going to look for that one, Made Tommy. But you don't have to use that font. You can use any thick, bold font. Impact is a nice font, but I'm going to use Made Tommy. So I'm going to turn on my caps lock and I'm going to type my text. I'm clicking here. I'm out. Exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. And I'm going to move it over here. Okay. Okay, so the width of this is 8.0. Okay. Y'all good so far? Y'all good so far? Okay, perfect. All right. So then what I did was I ungrouped this. Well, first I think I curved this because I wanted it to curve around the bottom of the Uno logo. So what I did was I clicked on curve and I moved the slider to the left, because when you move the slider to the left, that curves your image up. So I'm going to move the slider to the left and start to curve it. Okay. Now I can tell that my letters are a little bit too big. So I'm going to decrease my font size. And I'm just going to move this until it, you know, fits nicely. I like that. But I'm going to make it a little bit smaller, because everything should be able to fit in this box. Okay. Thank you, Diva. Thank you, Teresa. Okay. So now I have it the way I want it. I like this. What I'm going to do now, or what I did in the previous tutorial, is that I ungroup this. So right here at the top corner, top right, you see those 2 boxes, and it even says like ungroup. I'm going to make sure I have the letters selected, only the letters and the 3 exclamation points, and I'm going to ungroup that. When I ungroup it, I can select the letters individually from my layers panel. Okay. Yes, make sure everything fits in the box. I promise I will, Diva. All right. So I'm going to select the I I'm going to hold my shift key. See right here, I'm in the layers panel. I'm selecting the I. I'm going to hold my shift key. I'm going to select the apostrophe. I'm going to select the M. And I'm going to change that color to, let's just say I'm going to change it to green. Okay. Then I'm going to do the same thing with the O. I'm going to hold my shift key and the U and the T. And I'm going to change that to, let me see, I want to change it to, you already know, red. Can't help myself. Then I'm going to select my 3 exclamation marks, exclamation points, 1, 2, 3. I'm holding my shift key. I'm going to change those to blue. Maybe this darker blue. Okay, I like that. All right, and then I'm going to select everything, right? All of this stuff again, holding my shift key, holding my shift key, holding my shift key. And I'm just going to group it back together. I'm not attaching, I'm grouping. Grouping keeps it together on the mat, on the canvas. That's all it does. It doesn't really do anything else. Really, that's the only purpose of grouping, okay? Okay, so far so good. Yes, yes. All right, how y'all feeling? Let me stop sharing for 1 second and look at your faces. How y'all feeling? How are you feeling? That was a little song. Okay. I practice for American Idol right here with y'all. That way when I make it, y'all can say, I knew that girl when she was crafting. Okay, y'all feeling good? Perfect. All right, we're going back in. We are halfway finished. And if you have gotten through this far and you are not ready to pluck your eyelashes out one by one, go ahead and pat yourself on the back. Go ahead and do it. Do it because you're making it. You're doing it. You're doing it. Okay? If you have made it this far and you still have all of your lashes, you're doing great. And you should be proud of yourself. Okay? Okay. I'm going back in because we are halfway through. Okay, Jennifer, thank you. I'm going to be famous. Thank you, Betsy. What? Well, Marshall, let me give you one more. Don't say I never did nothing for you now. I don't know. I just do my best. That's all I can do. Your edge, baby, you got your edges. You're doing really good, Dimps. Okay. Okay, so we are halfway through. We are halfway through. I'm so proud of y'all. I am so proud of y'all. Y'all are doing a good job. Now, is it live or is it? Okay, so I'm going to take this whole thing. Stay with me. I'm taking the whole thing and I'm going to just group it. Just because I want to move this. Okay, I just want to move this out of the way. Because now we're getting, what they say? Now you're getting down to the good part. You're getting down to the good part. Now you're getting down to the good part. Okay. All right. We're going to the good part. Now remember, you downloaded 2 files. So far, we've only worked with 1 file, and that was the PNG. Now it's time for us to work with the SVG, and that is the deck. Okay, so I'm going to go to upload. I'm going to go to upload image. Okay, Kristen. I'm going to remember where I have that file saved. I'm going to go to my desktop because that's where I have it saved, right? and I'm looking for the Uno cards deck. It should look like what I'm hovering over, because remember, SVGs, they look like this. They normally say Microsoft Edge HTML document. Yes, Gail. Okay. Hey, Sharon. Right. So we normally go here. All right. So I'm going to click that, and I'm going to click open, and it's going to look a little bit wacky, but that's okay. Yes. Y'all, Diva is helping y'all. She is typing in everything step by step. I'm going to click upload. Now, let me stop right here and say, if you did not ungroup the first part that you've already done, I highly suggest you do that, because you want that to stay together, because this deck of cards, it can get messy. Okay? It can get messy. Okay? And now don't say I didn't warn you. I'm going to click add to canvas, and you're going to see it's going to come in big, and it's going to be doing the most. Okay? Right? And if I scroll down, like, it's a whole bunch of everything, right? It's a lot of stuff going on with this deck. Because you've played Uno before, you can't even shuffle the whole deck. You got to shuffle half at a time. And if you can't shuffle, I always tell my nephew, if you can't shuffle, you shampoo. Okay? So even though my view on my screen right now is at 50%, I'm going to bring my view down to 25%, just so I can see all this stuff. Like, is this a lot going on with this, right? And hopefully you can see that in the top left corner of my screen, I have my originals, all the work I've done until this point. It's over here in the corner, and it's just waiting for me. Okay. All right. So I just have it over here. What do we say? Off in the cut. Okay. That's what the kids say, off in the cut. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, and what I did in the original tutorial, is I took a number or a card from every row. So I took a red number, a gold number, a green number, and a blue number. And I'm going to do that same thing here. But the first thing I have to do is I have to ungroup this, because right now all of this is grouped together. Hi, Erica. Hi, Denise. Okay. So I brought my SVG, my deck in, and I'm going to ungroup this. Now it's going to take a while, because it's a lot. It's a lot going on. Might not, okay. And if you look, like, I can go all, look at all of this. It goes on and on and on, because these are actually layers. Thank you, Rosalind. Hey, Miss Cookie. Okay, right? So it's already a mess. All right. So I'm going to go with the first. Yes, that's true, Kristen. So I'm going to go with the first number. Now, you don't have to go in this order: red, gold, green, blue, because really you can do blue, green, gold, red, or you can do green, gold, blue, red. You can do it in any order, because remember, the goal is to just use all four colors. I just went in order so that I wouldn't confuse anyone. Okay, but you don't have to go in color order. I hope that makes sense what I'm saying. I hope you understand. Like, I hope y'all are picking up what I'm putting down. Okay, but I'm going to do that. I'm going to just take this two. Let me click out. All right, so right now all I have is the two selected. Now, if you look in my layers panel, even though all I'm selecting right now is this two, See where I'm hovering with my mouse? All I have is this 2 selected, but if you look in my layers panel, all of this stuff right here makes up that 2. That 2 actually has a lot of layers. Okay, so I'm going to select the 2 and I'm just going to flatten it. Just the 2. And I'm going to move that 2 out. And then I'm going to go to my next number. Now, I'm making a shirt that's going to say 2023. But if I was making one that says 2024, you know, I would choose those numbers. I could make one that says 2034 or 3024. I'm going to buy Betsy. I can make one that says any number. So when I was, you know, when I put out the notification for this tutorial, I said I was going to show you how to make it for any year, because really you put these in any order you want. Okay, so I'm just doing 2023 because that's what year it is. Okay, we're not doing any genius stuff tonight. All right, so I'm going to let's go to this green. I'm going to select the green 0 and I'm going to flatten it. And I'm just going to move it out. And the only reason I'm flattening it to move it out is because each of these numbers are made of so many layers, and it's easier to just flatten it to move it. Okay. Then I'm going to go to this, let's do blue. I'm going to select the blue 2, and I'm going to flatten it, and I'm going to move it out. And then I'm going to go to the 3 over here, and I'm going to flatten it and move it out. And then all of this other stuff, like all of this other stuff, hold on. Let me move this over here out of the way. All of this other stuff, I'm going to delete this because I don't need it. Make sure I don't have anything else on my screen. Okay, perfect. All right. Okay, let me stop for a second and check on y'all. How y'all feeling? I know that was a lot. Investor, okay. How y'all feeling so far? Nobody, I hope y'all understood why I was flattening them to move it. Okay. Yes. Okay, y'all feeling good? Okay. I hope I'm not going too fast, and I hope I'm also not going too slow. Okay. All right. Perfect. All right. We're going back in. We're going back in. Okay. We're, I promise, for real, we are almost at the end. We are almost at the end. Okay. So let me hide this. All right. So now I can bring the view up on my screen, on my canvas, because right now I'm at 25%. I'm going to come up to like right at 50% because I need it to be a little bit bigger because I'm old. Okay. Okay. That's the reason. All right. So now I have my first original part that I did. Don't be scared, Gail. You got this. Don't be scared at all. You got this. And then I have my 4 numbers that are flattened. Okay. Okay. So now I'm going to ungroup this because remember, I just grouped this so that it will have to be out, so it would stay together and it wouldn't be in the way. Okay. All right. So I'm going to ungroup this. All right. And now I'm going to start to put these numbers where I want them to go. Now, in the original tutorial, I resized my numbers to, I only changed the width, and I changed the width to 1.6 1.769. Okay, so but I'm going to unflatten my first number. And I think I'm gonna go with the 2 first. I'm gonna unflatten this. Okay. And when I unflatten it, it's like a whole thing, right? It's like all of this. And I want to change the color of this because I don't want it to be a print and cut. I actually want this to be a basic cut. And I want to change the color of it to this. Ooh, I don't like that. Hold on. Your sponsor is doing the most. I like it like that. Okay, so I'm going to, I guess I'll reflatten it now, but I'm going to change the size. I'm only changing the width. How did I delete the numbers? I selected them and I clicked delete. 1.769. And I hit enter. And I did not, stay with me, I did not change the height. I only changed the width. Now this might be a little bit different because my image is actually bigger this time because Cricut Design Space gives us bigger sizes. So maybe I'll go to, let me play with it a little bit. I think I'm gonna go to 2.02. I could even go bigger. Let me see. Y'all know I'm not gonna let Milo out while he's doing that, right? Hopefully you know that. 2.5. I think 2.5 is fine. Let me unflatten this again because I'm not loving that color. It's like too bright, too light. Oh, wait. Oh, wait, you know what? I just need to change this top part. Not that back part. It is the top. The 2 is what I need to change. I need to change that 2. And I need to change. Let me see. Let me see what happens if I change that. Okay, yeah. So I'm looking at my layers panel and I changed the color of red that's here in my layers panel. Okay. All right. So I think that's better. I like that red better. It kind of matches this red. Okay. And let me flatten it and see if it still stays dark. Yes, I like that better. So the size, the width of my 2 is 2.5. All right. So I'm going to move this over and I'm going to kind of like, you know, rotate it so that it's like at an angle. And I'm also going to send it behind. I'm going to click arrange and send to back. Not that far back. Let me click arrange and send backwards because really what I want it to be is behind this. Hold on. Oh boy. Let me make sure this is grouped and I want this to be behind here. Where's my 2? I want the 2 to be behind this, my logo. Come on down, come on down, come on down, come on down. Hold on, I'm gonna bring the 2 down so that it's behind the logo. Like that. Good night, Linda. Okay, so now I'm going to my 0 and I definitely want to change this 0 so that it matches the green in I'm. So I'm going to unflatten this. I think I can, but I was having a hard time doing it, Kristen. Okay, so I'm going to click unflatten on the 0 and I'm going to change the color. Let me go up here. I'll change it from my layers panel. So I'm going to click right here and I want to use, I guess that's the same green. Is it the same? Let me see what color this green is. It's the same. Okay. And I want this to also be that same green. Perfect. All right. Now I can flatten this, and I want the width to be 2.5. And let me try it again with sending it to the back. Send backward. No, because it's still on top. Let me try to change, put the logo on top, arrange, bring to front. There we go. Okay. So now I can just slide the card in there. Bonnie, I think you might be like a little bit behind on the live. Okay. And I'm gonna go to my two. And now this two looks purple, but it doesn't match this blue right here. So I'm going to unflatten this. And I'm going to look at the colors right here. This two, I wanted to match the two that's in out, and it's like a darker blue. And I want to change this rectangle right here to match that also. So I'm going to that darker blue. Yeah. And then I'll reflatten it, or just click flatten. And I'm going to change the size, the width only to 2.5. The height will adjust automatically. And I'm going to put this over here, and I'll just arrange the logo to go to the front. And I'll move the card so that it's, you know, snug in there and kind of at an angle. Let me move this down some. And I got one more. I need to move this up because you should be able to see the numbers clearly. All right. And let me say this. With the numbers and the logo, remember with my logo, I rotated it 20 degrees. If you don't rotate your logo, the way you put your numbers in will be a little bit different than mine. Okay. Okay, Juanita, thank you. All right. And so now my last number is the 3. I'm going to unflatten it. And I'm going to look here in my deck, and I want this 3 and this rectangle to match this yellow color, right? So I'm going to click on the 3, and I'm going to go to my colors, and I want it to match. Okay. And let me see. I'll have to look and see if that really does match, because it kind of looks like it doesn't. Oh, that's very, very gold. Let me see. I think that one matches better. Let me look. Let me kind of look at this. Ooh, no, too dark. Sorry. Yes. Let me click on that 3 again. That is too. What I'm trying to do is make this 3 match this gold right here. And I'm kind of feeling like it doesn't, but I think that will be okay. I think that one will be okay. Let me flatten that and change the size to 2.5 and move it over here. And I am going to click on the logo and arrange it. I'll bring it to the front and bring this down. I also want to bring this down a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay. How y'all feeling? Bring the blue 2 up a little bit. Okay. Oh, yeah, because you really couldn't see it. And I need to feel like I need to. How's that? All of the sizes are 2.5. Nothing wants to be up here. Okay, so let me just make sure this will fit in here. It's kind of wide, but it's okay because I'll resize the whole thing once I group it. Okay. So now where I typed I'm out, you can type I'm done. You can type I'm finished or out of here, or you can play with that part. That could be, I'm leaving you. Oh Lord, let me make an announcement. Uno, I'm done with you. Okay, don't do that, but you could, but don't. Okay. So then what I did was I selected the whole thing and I added an offset. What's all the ties on the layers panel? Those are letters. The T's. Oh, those are the exclamation points right here. That's what these are. All right, so I selected the whole thing and I added an offset. And the reason why I added an offset is because I wanted this whole thing to print together. And I don't need a big offset. I really, a small one is fine. I don't want it to overpower the image, right? So let me see what it looks like so far if I add it right there. Let me turn on my heat press one. Okay, so now that to me is a little bit big. Let me go down to like 60. Let me see what that looks like. Oh, good. Okay, so I like this offset, but you probably can't see it, but right here, all of these are individual and I don't want that. I need it to be a little bit bigger. So let me see what 70 will give me. I really just want one layer. I don't want anything individual. Kind of close. Let me go up a little bit. Let me go to 75. And what I might have to do is bring the OUT closer together because it's still like an individual O and an individual U and an individual T, and I don't want that. Okay. So hopefully y'all understand what I'm doing right here. Let me see what 85 looks like. I might have to move that OUT. Let me click cancel and let me go to my OUT. Let me go to the O. Let me actually go to the U and let me ungroup it. And I'm going to just use my, you can say I'm done, peace out, I'm finished. You can say whatever you want to say, right? And I'm just use my keyboard to just kind of move that over closer together. And the same thing with the T. Move it over. Because I want that to actually be connected. Let me move it up and over. That looks a little bit better. Let me see. Oh, let me move that over. And let me get to this last one and up and over. Okay, let me see if it'll connect a little bit better. Let me just see. Let me add an offset. What I want is one flat offset. But I don't want it to be too big. You can say game over. You can say whatever you wanted to say. Let me see. So 25 will give me that. Let me see what 20 will do. Hey, Colleen. Okay, so I actually like 20. And with 20, everything is together. I'm good to go. I'm going to go ahead and go with the 20. And I like it. I actually love it. Okay, so now, oh, wait a minute, undo. And now what I'm going to do, now right here where my offset is black, you can change the offset to red, blue, green, gold. You can play with it, right? You can make it however you want it. I'm just going to keep it black. And what I'm also going to do is go ahead and flatten this, right? So Cricut Design Space is telling me, hey, no, Delonda is too big, right? So let me see what my image is. It says image is too large for 8.5. So I'm going to go to auto resize. Okay. And so it's telling me that the biggest I can do with this is 7.82 by 7.43. So that actually fits in here perfectly. Now let me unlock it and see if I still have more options to go bigger. Let me see if I can change the height or if it will. Oh yeah, no, it won't. Let me see. Just double check. 7.9. It'll let me go wider, but it won't let me go. It won't let me go taller, which is weird, but whatever. Look, it's even letting me go to 8.1, 8.3. And I still don't have a that's kind of weird. I don't really like that. Let me go back down. It's like too wide. Let me go to 8.1. So when you unlock it, you have more options. 20 for the offset. That looks nice. Okay. If I turn the image, Kristen, but it'll still be, it's still not going to let me go like tall, like this, which is what I would love. Let me undo that. Is that what you mean? Okay, I'm gonna stop here and I'm gonna go ahead and click make it. And it let me get to 8.1 by 7.4. Bye, Stacy. All right. So now it's, giving me the print then cut option. Try 8 by 14. Okay. Let me go back. Let me click cancel. I do have 8 by 14 paper. Let me see if I can make it taller. Because what I really want is for it to be taller. I think it looks kind of wide. Okay, let me see. Uh-oh, didn't mean to do that. Let me see what this says. Change page size. Let's see, 8.5 by 14 on the mat. Cricut Maker. Let me click done. Still too big. Oh my gosh. Auto resize. Let me see. That's even smaller. I don't love it. Turn the image sideways. What is that gonna do? Oh, so I can make it wider. I understand. I'm sorry. Let me change my I don't want to do that. Hold on. I want to change my page size back. Hold on. Settings. Load type. Let me go back to 8.5 by 11 and see if I can do that. And make it just wider like this. Hold on. Eight and a half by 11. Let me go to auto resize. I know it is weird. I don't like it. Let me see if it'll let me do it though. No, see, now it won't even let me do it. I don't want to confuse anybody, y'all. I feel like if I'm doing, it's already enough to make this image. We're not. We're going to just stop right here. Okay, I'm going to click make it. I should have turned that square off, but it's okay. Peter Ford, go to bed. Okay. I am ready to click make it. So I'm going to click continue. I'm going to send this to my printer. I did not show you my paper, but I will. The colors are showing behind the, yeah, I see that, but I think it's okay. I honestly think it's okay. So I'm going to click turn ad bleed off, and I'm printing from my Epson EcoTank 2760, and I am going to use the system dialog, and I'm click print. And then people get confused and they start asking questions, y'all. All right, so I'm going to my preferences. Uh-oh, cancel. Let me navigate to that printer. And I'm going to my sublimation preset, and I'm going to do a print preview. And once I click print, it's going to give me a preview. That's what the image is going to look like when it prints out. Oh, y'all can't see that, but you should see a print preview. Let me get it. Get the paper put in my printer. Morgan was going to be next to me, but Milo started acting really dumb. I'm sorry this is taking a long time for everyone who has to go to bed. All right. Change. Okay. 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 All right, I'm going to be on camera in 1 second. So I'm going to click print, and let me stop sharing. Hey, y'all. Hey. Because well, sometimes I still do, Laura. For this, I don't need it. I can. Something looks off right to the top. Let me see. Sometimes I do, Laura. Sometimes I don't. Let me look at it again. I think it's because you can see the numbers behind the logo, Kelly. I mirrored in my printer settings, Sylvia. Good question. My fingers are crossed too, Kelly. Now, did you say that? It is mirrored. It's mirrored in my printer settings. So in my sublimation preset, it's already set to mirror, because I've learned the hard way that if you mirror in your printer settings and you mirror in Cricut Design Space, they cancel each other out. Okay. All right. So anyway, the paper that I use is A-Sub. I did not show y'all this. I use A-Sub sublimation paper. It's the kind I prefer. It's the kind I like. It's the kind that works best for me. And I don't have a reason to not use it. The other paper that I'm going to use on the dark shirt, because I'm going to make a black one, is the Caesar EasyColor DTV. With that, you can really use it on any fabric. It's supposed to give you at least 25 washes. I've gotten good results from it. I don't have any complaints about it. Actually, are all PNG sublimation. Primarily, primarily, yes. A sub. Yeah, I love a sub. Now there are other brands, but I just like that. The ink that I use is it's not hippo, it's hippo. See, they've started putting a hippo on every box. They got smart. Okay, so this is the ink I use. You don't have to use this kind. There are many brands out there, and you will find the one you like. In my opinion, ink is not something that you really change because I mean, I don't know how I'm sure there's a way to get it all out. I just haven't ever tried it. So I can't advise you on like taking the ink out and using a different kind. And you don't have to use this brand. You can use what's the name of that company? Um there are plenty of companies that make ink. I just haven't tried any other. Printers Jack. Um there are other companies. I just haven't tried it. StarCraft is lovely. Okay. So, you know, there are people who love what they love. I love that Hippo brand. So my image is printing slowly because with the sublimation print, you don't want it to print fast anyway. Printers Jack, Sawgrass. Sawgrass, I heard it's expensive, but I'll never know because they're going to have to give me one. That's the only way I'm going to have one. And I don't have enough room for another printer, just to be honest. I really don't. Ink X Pro. I never heard of that kind. Cosmo. Okay. Some people love Cosmos ink. I haven't tried it. But I've heard people who love it, they love it. You know, they really do love it. All right. So I'm gonna get my shirt. This, remember, is a Cricut shirt. It's 95% polyester, 5% elastane. I don't know what elastane is. And guess what? I don't need to. All right. Y'all, I am going to Florida tomorrow for my nephew's graduation. It's going to be great. And I have to make the shirts for the family. All right. So Cricut shirt, I like them. I think it's good quality. Laura, that's not something you want to see. You would be like, you know what? Unsubscribe. I can't do it, Laura. It's bad. It's terrible. It's terrible. I am. I'm gonna be in Tampa tomorrow for 2 days. No, Hillary. What is my heat press sitting on? This is one of those crates that you buy from Michael's, Walmart, Hobby Lobby. I've seen them at Joann's. They normally cost about $12.99. They're like the regular wooden ones. And my daughter painted it black, and I added stickers on it. And Peter, he got a piece of wood from Home Depot or Lowe's, same thing. And this wood is 12 by 20, and he nailed the wood to the crate so it would hold the heat press, because this heat press used to be on this table and I always felt like I was baking my head, and I don't want to do that because I don't want to bake my head. Okay. Yeah, I'm only going for 2 because I'm at, I have to go back to work. I'm still at work. All right, so here's the image, right? So y'all know what I do, right? I normally just put the image on the heat press for a couple minutes just to let it cool off. I mean, to make sure the ink is completely dry. That's what I do. So I'm just gonna let it sit there. But my nephew is graduating on a Wednesday, which is weird. So we're flying out in the morning. We're coming back Wednesday night, and then I'll be back at work Thursday. Your grandson goes to college. Oh, my nephew is in high school. All right, so I have a Cricut shirt. And I'm going to lint roll the shirt and get it ready for pressing. Hopefully y'all have learned something. Hopefully, you're finding this helpful. If you are, don't forget to like the video. Lint roll. The purpose of lint rolling is to get all those blue fibers that you don't even know exist. You're removing them. All right. Now I could let my Cricut cut this, but I'm not. I am going to let it cut when we do the Caesar EasyColor DTV. But for this, I'm going to, what did they call it in sublimation camp? Because I just call it tearing. What school did I go to, St. Pete? Well, I went to Pinellas Park in high school for 1 year, but I graduated from Northwestern in Miami. Feathering, I call it tearing. All right. So I'm just tearing this off so I don't have any of those hard edges. And I'm being careful not to tear away any of the image. This is very little. Heat settings. It's going to be 400 degrees for 60 seconds. You went to Pinellas Park graduation? Yeah, I was only there for 9th grade. And then, Jan, are you in the Facebook group? Because I shared a little bit about my history as a teenager and how terrible I was. Was not a good teenager. Let me get up. Let me pre-press this and get a crease down the middle, and then I'm gonna put butcher paper inside here. Okay. But anyway, yeah, I was not a good teenager, Jan, and my grandmother just couldn't take it anymore, so she sent me to live with my mom in Miami. So I ended up graduating from high school in Miami because I was terrible. Okay? I was terrible. Do I regret it? Yes. Can I take it back? No. All right. So I'm doing, y'all want me to move you over here? Okay, y'all see it good. Jan, it was terrible. It was awful. I'm gonna do a quick pre-press. Oh, it's not enough pressure because I was sublimating slate and I had to decrease the pressure. All right, so I'm gonna do a quick pre-press. Good, okay. And get a crease down the middle, and then I want to put some butcher paper inside the shirt. Morgan, you disappeared. How you gonna be my assistant if you disappear? The purpose of the pre-press is to remove any moisture and to get the shirt ready for sublimation. The purpose of the butcher paper is to protect the ink from going through from the top to the back, because then on the back it will say ONU 3202 out I'm. And we don't want that. Okay, so we're going to do it this way. Going to put the image on top right here. And I'm going to put some tape. I use the Cricut tape. You can use whatever kind you like. I just like Cricut brand because I haven't gotten any of that residue that sometimes you get with that other tape. It's just what I like. My butcher paper, I did not show it, but it comes from Sam's. You get it from Sam's Club in a big, big roll. Let me put one more piece. I like to fold my butcher paper. You don't have to do that. It's just what I like to do. I'm going to press that for 60 seconds. This is my butcher paper. This is what it looks like when you get it from Sam's. And I love it because it's going to last me forever. This used to be 1,000 feet. And I have an extra one here just in case I ever run out. So this is what it looked like at first. Okay, so there's that. All right. 12 seconds, 10. Are my lights flickering because of the heat press? Maybe. They might be flickering because they're old, Laura. All right. Moment of truth. We're about to see if we see it. Let's see. Y'all about to see it? If I was not on camera, I would be doing the most. Baby. Oh man. It looks so good. It looks so good, y'all. Oh my gosh, I love it. Oh my gosh, I love it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I love it. I'm gonna let y'all see it. Oh, let me take the tape off. Look at that. Look at that. I did it. I did it. Oh, yeah. I did it. I did it. I love 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 it. So with sublimation, the ink is in the fabric, right? So I'm not having to worry about like, is it gonna wash out? It's not. These sleeves could fall off and the ink's still gonna be on there. That would be weird, but it's possible. Okay, so I love it. I wish I could have made it bigger, but we're gonna have to go with it. But anyway, that's what it looks like. Okay, so it will really be the same thing with the Caesar EasyColor DTV, except let me bring my heat press down. Y'all turn the sound off because the beeping is about to be doing the most. Right, so with this, I gotta bring the temperature down to 315. I mean the temperature down to 315. Sorry. Let me mute y'all for a second. Y'all don't want to hear that. I'm not going to use a mask because it's going to be one piece. So I'm going to use the same image again. I'm not going to recreate it. I don't have to recreate it. It's already created. Let me say something about the Caesar EasyColor DTV, because some people ask, do you need the mask? If you have small pieces that are going to be separate, yes, you will need the mask. However, if you have the backing from your HTV is heat transfer vinyl. If you have, recently weeded some HTV and you save the backing, you can use that as a mask for the Caesar EasyColor DTV. Okay? Y'all understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying about the Caesar EasyColor DTV? If you're using, like if you don't have the mask, like you don't have to. You can use, if you have some HTV and you've already weeded and don't put that in the trash, you can use that. Tiffany, you don't know what I'm talking about? No? Okay. So let's just say I made a shirt with some of this. This is Caesar Easy Weed, right? Let's just say I made a shirt that says this is a shirt, right? You understand what I'm saying? Like if I just made a shirt and the shirt said this is a shirt and I used HTV. Well, when I use HTV, I'm going to weed away the parts that I don't need. And I'm going to press the design on the shirt. That backing, the clear backing that comes off of this can be used as a mask for the Caesar EasyColor DTV. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just buy the mask. That will be easier. And I'm not being sarcastic or funny or any, I'm not trying to, okay? If you don't understand what I'm saying about this, about heat transfer vinyl, and this comes with a clear backing, just buy the mask because it'll be easier. No, I would not suggest using the one from Infusible Ink. Yes, Kristen. Okay, so I'm just going to print this again, but this time I'm not going to mirror it and I'm not going to use my sublimation printer. I'm going to use my inkjet printer because the Caesar EasyColor DTV is not for sublimation. Yes, Tanya. Yes, that's exactly right. So this is, and I keep mine in just a bag like this, and I just label it because it's hard to remember what it is. In my opinion, it looks like so many other things. So I just keep mine in just a plastic bag, and I just labeled it like this. Okay, and you'll find a way that works best for you, because I haven't seen it come in a nicely labeled package. Okay. So now with the Caesar EasyColor DTV, it's hard to tell which side is the right side to print on. And this will also depend on your printer. My printer, my inkjet printer, not the one I use for sublimation. We're get sublimation completely out of your head. We're not talking about sublimation at all. We're finished with sublimation. My inkjet printer takes this with the dark side face, with the white side face up. So it's hard to tell, but like, because they kind of look the same. But if you have it like, hey, precious pieces, if you have a piece of this with you, you'll be able to see that one side looks kind of like gray and one side looks white. It looks more white. I don't know if you can see that, but I know you can't really see it, but I can see it. So for me, the side that looks, and I have to write this down, the side that looks white is the side that I put in my printer face up. That's how it works for me. Okay, so it's going to depend on how it works for you. HTV Ron Hess. Oh, okay. I didn't know that, Hillary. I haven't tried their brand. All right, so I'm going to put this in my printer, but when I go back to Cricut Design Space, I'm going to click print again, and I'm going to send this to my printer. I really don't think y'all need to see this part, but I will turn it back on if you just want to. Okay, let me make sure that printer is ready to go. I'm going to put the paper in. Make sure the printer is ready to go. Ready to go. Ready to go. Okay. Let me make sure. Hold on 1 second. One, twice. Sorry if I'm taking up too much of your time. Hopefully you're finding this valuable information. Valuable. Okay, we're gonna click stop. Because I had it printing the goal earlier. We want to stop that. That's why I don't keep paper in there. Because I don't want it to print something that I don't want it to print. Please wait a while. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to put the paper in. Put the white side face up. Okay, got that in there. I'm going to go to my printer settings. Y'all doing good? Okay. Y'all doing good? Okay. I'm sorry if it's taking a long time. I'm trying to be comprehensive. Okay? I want to be comprehensive and get all of the information out to the people. So the people, first of all, when you're being comprehensive, you have to have a mouse. Where is your mouse? If I was a mouse, where would I be? If I was a mouse, where would I be? Right here. Okay, sorry. Okay, we're back. And we're back. I'm so crazy, y'all. Okay, use system dialog. I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to print. Okay, we're almost finished. Thank you, Rhonda. He's doing good. I can't wait to see what he makes. Okay, since he's over there listening and learning preferences. I'm going to go to photo paper matte. I think that's what I went to last time. I don't even remember, but we're going to see if this works. Okay, and we're going to click OK. I'm going to click print. So remember, I brought my heat press down to 315 for 15 seconds. Okay, I'm going to click start printing. I don't keep any paper in my printer typically because sometimes you have paper in your printer and it's not the thing you wanted to print, and then you just end up wasting paper. So I never put paper in I don't just keep paper in my printer because I don't like to waste it. And I feel like that happens a lot by mistake. Can we use the carrier sheet that we use for rhinestones? I don't know. Anita, that's a good question. Anita, that is between me and the Lord. And I'm not going to buy any more rhinestones for a while because I don't need it. I don't need it. And I did not make this. Patrice made this for me as a gift. So this is what the blowout, like the butcher paper, looks like, right? After you use it. It's a good transfer. I wish the image was bigger. That's all I wish on that shirt. That's all I wish. It was a little bit bigger. But I mean, the colors came out nice, right? Colors came out good. Colors came out super, super good. But I just wish it was bigger. But it still makes a statement. KTMS. You do for your EasyColor DTV? Kristen, don't be jealous, because that was all money. You know how much chicken I could have bought with that? Do you know how much chicken I could have bought with this? Because I've never met a bird I didn't love. Do you understand? It would have it. I could have went to Raising Cane's. I could have went to Popeyes. I could have went to Chick-fil-A. That's it. Those are the only three. I don't trust those other ones. Churches. Mm-mm. No. I don't know. I've never seen a bird that big in my life. Like, where did you? What kind of bird was this? Because it was not a chicken. I don't believe it. What was it? What did this bird used to be? I don't think it was a chicken. Okay. Y'all, I think I printed on the wrong side. So let me look at that. I think I printed on the wrong side. I did. I put the white side down. I should have put the white side up. Lord have mercy, help the people. Let me show you what happens when you put the wrong side. Thank God for extras. Hold on. I put the white side. I hope I print on the right side this time. I'll put it like this. Let me look at my note. I made a note for myself. I'm gonna try this. Let me show you what happens when you put it on the wrong side. It's gonna be wet forever. You love canes? Me too. It's so delicious. So delicious. But my order is very complicated, so I never send anybody to get it for me because they just be like, you know what, Delonda, I ain't got time for that. And I understand because it's weird to me. So if it's weird to me, I know it's weird to them. It's weird. We're going to try this again. I printed on the wrong side. I said that. Look. See that? Your husband says Sonny remembers his mama fed all 13 of the chicken. Look at that. That was wrong. That was wrong. Print it again. Well, let me see. It's only 3 of us, so the one thing I used to hate, my grandmother cooked it all the time. It was black eyed peas. I just couldn't eat them. I just felt like they were staring at me. I just could not eat them. I could not eat them. I always felt like they were just looking at me. I couldn't. I couldn't. I just couldn't. I always had a paper towel right there next to my plate. She was like, I'm so proud of you. I'm like, thank you. They were right there in that napkin. That napkin used to be so fat. She was so proud of me. She like, look at my baby. I'm like, that's me. Your baby. That napkin was full of black eyed peas. I couldn't do it. I don't. Why are they? Who made them? Black eyed peas. I just couldn't do it. But now I eat them. Lobster. You feel that way about lobster? No, I don't feel that way about lobster because I can just turn it towards the tail. But black eyed peas, I cannot. Okay, I'm printing on the right side. The white side goes face down. I said it wrong. I said the white side face up. White side face down. Don't be like me. I did the wrong way. Okay. I eat them now though. I eat them now. So I am going to let my Cricut cut this. So I'm going to use a mat. Somebody said they need some of my mats. Y'all, let me tell you why I have so many mats. Because Christiana, I don't know if she's still in here. She told me about Cricut having a sale on their mats. Let me get this. This is the printed image. Look at, that's vibrant. That's good, right? That's a good image. And I'm going to put this. Now with the Caesar EasyColor DTV, you don't mirror. I didn't say that, but don't mirror this. Okay, and I'm gonna use forgot what I used. Printable. Let me see what I used. I think I used printable vinyl. I don't remember what I used. Printable iron-on light. We're gonna go with printable iron-on light. I'll take printable iron-on light for the win, Alex. Not with ketchup. No, I can't do ketchup. So I have it on my mat in the same direction as it is in Cricut Design Space. Move my coffee cup. And I'm going to load it into the machine. And I'm going to let my Cricut cut this out. Thank you, Anthony. Anthony, I remember when I first started out too. I used to whisper, and I was so afraid to go live. I'm still afraid to go, not afraid. I feel very anxious before I go live. Like super, super, super anxious, like very anxious. Oh, Kristen, I have not been shopping. I'm so proud of myself. The last thing I bought was those slates. So right now it's scanning to make sure that it's going to cut. Hopefully it does. But if it doesn't, I'll show you what to do. But I get super anxious before I go live to the point of almost having a panic attack every single time. No. Y'all, I had a bad experience at IKEA. Uh-oh, wait. Stop. Look, my mat was not sticky enough. Let me try this one. So the door that I want from IKEA is not in stock, and it hasn't been in stock for at least 5 months. And you know, I didn't know that. I didn't know that it was still out of stock. And when I went Saturday, I went to go get it. Let me try it again. When I went to go get it, the employee was not very nice. He wasn't very nice. And I intended to call and talk to the manager today, but I was very busy at work, so I didn't have time to call. But he was not very nice at all. Regular ink printer. So Anita, if you use your Sublimate, if you print using your sublimation ink, it's not going to be vibrant on this EasyColor DTV because this is not regular paper. So I would not suggest it. So one person said that if it's been out of stock for more than 30 days, they'll sell you one of the displays because they had like 5 of them on display. But then I said, so okay, it's been out of stock for 5 months. And they said, oh, but a manager has to make that decision. I said, okay, well, let me speak to a manager. Oh, the manager's not here. I was like, well, let me speak to the manager that's on duty. And then the guy who came, who was the manager on duty, he wasn't nice. Really, Lynette? Uh-oh, the sponsor. Okay, so it cut. Let me just check it before I remove it from the mat. I feel like it did a good job of cutting, but I'm going to just send it through one more time. Just by pressing the C. Oh, Kelly, I mean, it's not over. Brenda! He was like, are you understanding what I'm saying? Because you just looking. I said, yeah, I'm confused that you got a job. I really was. He's like, you looking like you just shaking your head. I said, yes, I'm very confused that you were able to get a job. But yeah, and I said, I'll never forget you. Okay, I think it cut. So I'm gonna take my just a weeding tool. He caught me at the right day. Peter was like, oh man, this chair is so comfortable. Peter was trying to change the subject. He's like, man, this chair is comfortable. I'm like, Peter, stop. Okay, so I'm gonna peel it from here. Hopefully y'all can see what I'm doing right here. But this has a mask, like not a mask, but a backing sheet. And I'm just gonna peel this away from the backing sheet. See what I'm doing? You see that? So it cut all the way around. Your husband goes to the car. No, he knew not to go to the car because he was gonna have to. No, we're not going to the car. So let me get my black shirt. Y'all see what I did right there, right? And I could put this on a white shirt, black shirt, whatever, right? So here's a black shirt. My heat press is set to 315. I'm going to fold it in half and get a crease. I'm not going to lint roll this. I don't lint roll my cotton shirts. Some people do. I don't. Never use DTV. I know, but it's good, Kristen, because you can use it with any color. All right, and I got my crease down the middle, right? So I know where the middle of the shirt is. All right. And then I'm just gonna, because this is all one thing, I don't need the mask. If this was multiple, pieces, if I didn't have that offset behind it, I would need the mask. I use my regular inkjet printer for this, Kristen. So I'm gonna peel it away. So remember with DTV, you don't mirror. Remember, so this is not mirrored. I'm just gonna place this just on the shirt. And I can put tough one on top. I'm gonna press it for 15 seconds. That's it. See? So you're still going to get vibrant colors. You can use it with any color. You don't have to have polyester. You don't have to have sublimation. Still work. I wish that O wasn't filled in, but I'm okay with that. Okay? And that's it. We've done both. This is the Caesar EasyColor DTV. And this is sublimation. Right? So we've done both. You have options. If you're not into sublimation yet, you don't have to be. Right? Because you can just, you know, make the image anywhere. Now, let me say this, and I'm going to show y'all this and we're going to get off of here. Baby, Anita. I was looking at him dumbfounded. I was, because when he was talking, I was just like, he was like, are you understanding what I'm saying? Because you're just looking, you're just standing there. I said, yeah, I'm just confused. I'm just surprised that you were able to get a job. And I was, because he was talking to me like, you know, like, whatever. It don't matter. Some people have to learn the hard way, and he will. Let me show you one thing right quick. I'm going to click cancel right here. I'm going to click cancel the cut. Let me show y'all something really, really quick, and then we're going to get off of here. He did the most. All right, let me go back and share this. This is going to be super, super quick, okay? It's going to be super, super quick. All right, so I'm back in Cricut Design Space. And let's just say you've made your design in Cricut Design Space, but now you want to take this design out of Design Space because you don't want to be limited with the size, right? Let's just say I wanted to do sublimation, but I wanted it to be bigger, right? So what you could do, and I'm not saying you have to, and I'm not going to go too far into detail, you can take this, like this little image right here, like let's just say, you know, I'm going to move this. Let me just turn this off, right? Let me turn this off, this little square. Square, turn off. Why? Okay. So look, I can go down here. I know you probably can't see that. And I'm going to look for my snipping tool. And if you're using a Windows computer, I don't know what it looks like from a Mac. You can just take your snipping tool and take a picture of this, and then you can open this in another program. Like you can open it in Microsoft Word, you can open it in Canva, you can open it in whatever app you like to print from. And then you can print this somewhere else. I mean, you can resize it in another app. Okay? So I'm gonna stop sharing, but so like here's, I don't know if it's not showing up, but hopefully you can understand what I'm saying. Hopefully y'all understood what I was talking about. Okay. Does my Caesar DTV wrinkle appear to get bubbles? No, it hasn't. And I think I've watched that one maybe like 5 times. I haven't had any bubbles. I haven't. But I wash it inside out and I use warm water. Okay. All right. Okay, so hopefully y'all found this helpful. Let me find my goal because I still have so much to do to get ready to leave for 2 days. You're leaving for 2 days, Delonda, not 2 months. The goal was to use print then cut to make an Uno shirt. And we did both. We did sublimation and we did it with the Caesar EasyColor DTV. Were we able to accomplish the goal? Let y'all. Were we able to accomplish the goal? Yes. Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much. Let me say my saying and we're going to get out of here. Thank y'all so much for joining me tonight. I know that when you give someone your time, it's equivalent to giving them your treasure. So I appreciate that and I don't take it lightly. I think that's a part of the reason why I get anxious, because I want you to leave here with valuable information. I want you to have learned something and to feel like your time was not wasted. Time is a commodity, right? We can't get it back. So I hope that you found this helpful. I'm going to say what I say about road rage. I really do mean it. You know, it's senseless. It's not necessary. If somebody is driving behind you and they are driving erratic or they want to go around you, if they feel like you're driving too slow, just let them go around you. You know, even if that means you have to pull over to the side to let them go around, do it. Let them go around you, because your goal in every time you get in your car as a driver or the passenger, your goal is to arrive alive. Nobody gets into their car thinking this is going to be my last trip, right? So we want you to arrive alive. I want you to be safe. I don't want you to get into it with anybody. It's just not worth it. Now, it's different at IKEA. Just joking. I want you to arrive alive. I want you to be safe. You know, people are going through stuff. And maybe the guy at IKEA was going through something. Maybe he was just, you know, having a bad day. Maybe I was the 5th customer to ask about the door and he was over it. You know, who knows? But I don't want to be treated like that when I go spend my money. But no fingers, no neck, no gesture, no, what are you doing? None of that. You don't have to say any of that. If somebody's like, well, let me tell you how I feel, just say, straight ahead, eyes on the road, so you can do what? Arrive alive. Okay, it's just not worth it. It's not worth it. You just tell yourself they have to use the bathroom right now at this very moment, and I'm in the way. And if you tell yourself that, you won't even be worried about it. Okay, just no right finger of fellowship. We don't have any fingers of fellowship. None of this, even this, because some people will take that as sarcasm, right? Like, yeah, buddy. No, we're not. None of that. Okay, nothing. It didn't cut through the backing, Anita. I mean, and it didn't cut through. So see, my backing is still intact. Okay. All right, and I use printable vinyl light or something like that. I think that's what I use. All right. Okay. So thank y'all so much for joining me. I really appreciate your time. Hopefully you got something out of it. Go back and watch the parts that you may have missed or you were confused about. I tried to go slow enough so that y'all would get it. I appreciate y'all so much, more than I can ever express. Y'all be good to each other. Okay. All right. I will say hi from Florida once we land. Okay. Bye, y'all.